Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast to the protection against heavy rain and flooding by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe.
So the big challenge is, how can house owners like you and me get a flood-free home? How can business managers like you and me get a flood-free company? And how can public servants provide flood-free critical infrastructure and livable cities?
Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe. This podcast is for foresighted and proactive people who do not want to shovel the muddy water out of their room while standing in the midst of the disaster.
Therefore, those who design and plan, the architects and engineers, need to construct such buildings and cities, and that even when the entire environment is completely flooded. That is a challenge, and this podcast will give the answers.
Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe.
Yeah, hello from Germany. I would like to send my warmest greetings to all of you celebrating Eid al Fitr, and also to those of you who may not celebrate it but share the same values behind it. Because at its core, Eid is not only a religious moment, it is a human moment. After the months of Ramadan, a time of discipline, reflection, generosity and self-control, Eid marks a return to daily life, but with a deeper awareness of what truly matters: family, responsibility, care for others. And these values are universal. Whether you are Muslim, Christian, Hindu, or from any other background, we all understand what it means to protect the people and the things we care about. Let me share a simple thought with you. Imagine an evening like this. A family, perhaps your family, a family sitting together, a meal being shared, a quiet moment after a long day. And then heavy rain begins. At first it feels normal, but then the water rises slowly, silently, until suddenly it enters the building. Moments like this change everything, because rain does not stop for holidays and floods do not respect calendars. Different countries, different cultures, but one shared reality, and this is where a responsibility begins. Flood protection is not just about engineering. It is not just about buildings. It is about protecting families, protecting employees, protecting livelihoods. And for businesses, it means something very concrete. You can continue operating, you can deliver, you keep your customers, you protect your reputation. Because once operations stop, the impact goes far beyond the building itself. And at the same time, many regions of the world are still facing uncertainty and conflict, especially in the Middle East, where many of my partners, customers and friends are based. I sincerely hope for peace, stability and a better future for everyone. So today, this message is not only a greeting, it is also a reminder. Protection is an act of responsibility. And as always, I also will share a golden nugget with you today. Here it comes. The best time to protect what matters is not during the storm, but long before it begins. So take a moment. Look at your building, look at your entrances and ask yourself, if the water comes, will it stay outside? From our team here in Germany and from our Asian headquarters in the Philippines, I wish you and your loved ones peace, strength and safety. Eid Mubarak. This is Flood Protection Secrets. I'm Dr. Andreas Klippe. Stay safe and flood free. I wish and hope for you that you make the right decisions when it comes to your personal flood protection. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to this podcast channel if you haven't already. Now it only remains for me to wish you a good day. Do something with it. Maybe until the next podcast episode. I would be very happy. See you then. As always, stay safe and flood-free. Your Andreas Klippe and the whole Flood Experts team.
That's it again with the new episode of Flood Protection Secrets, the podcast by Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe, German engineer, book author, and head of the Flood Experts. What can Dr. Flood, Andreas Klippe protect for you? Anytime? Worldwide? Contact us or just click through to www.floodexperts.de/bonus. Detailed engineering, German quality, safe. Flood protection secrets. The secrets you'll want to unfold.
Don't forget, you're only one flood barrier away.
Subscribe to the season, and you'll never be late for an episode.